I'm here at Civic Center Plaza, which is just across from Mayor A.C. Warren's office. And if you can see just behind me, occupiers have set up tents and are asking citizens for non-perishable items, foods, and beverages for those who would like to protest. Business owners in the downtown Memphis area have been feeling the bite of the NBA lockout. With the NBA season underway, business owners are hopeful that business will pick up this season. The landing project is already underway. The project is set to connect Tom Lee Park to the cobblestone landing. It will also be used for recreational activities and exercise. The project is set to be finished on spring 2013. Good evening, I'm Ralph Small. A man crashes his car into a sign at an Orange Mound convenience store after he'd been shot outside another. Police say the 40-year-old victim crashed his car into the BP sign at Lamar and Pendleton early this morning. He'd been shot in the side about 100 yards away at a store on Kimball. Right now, he's in critical condition. Coming up at 6, how community members are coming together to demand a stop to the senseless violence. Imagine leaving home for a hard day's work and not returning. For some, it's unimaginable, but for Leonard Davidson, this was a reality. Leaving well before dawn, Davidson headed off to work to the Valero oil refinery in Memphis. Later that day, his wife Stacy would find that her husband was dead. Witnesses say he was knocking door to door just before 4 a.m. asking for help in the 700 block of Montgomery near Jackson in North Bellevue.
In this neighborhood, at that time of night, somebody running, knocking on somebody's door that late, we are in the back room. Ain't no way we gonna come to our front door because somebody knocking, banging, banging. We don't know what's going on. There's been too many murders around here.
A silver Dodge Ram, similar to his own vehicle, pulled up beside him. A passenger jumped out, shot him, according to police. Officers found him in the front yard of 754 Montgomery.
It hurts me to my heart. I mean, even before I knew that, it hurted me to my heart. Just knowing that he was out that time of night around here and got caught up.
Memphis police, Crime Stoppers, and Valero officials announced Thursday that the Texas-based oil company would be offering a $25,000 reward. Officials say this is the largest single private reward offered in the 30-year history of Crime Stoppers of Memphis, Shelby County for anyone who can provide information that solves this case.
Somebody out there knows everything, and that's the somebody we want to respond to this. You can get $26,000 out of this.
It's generally used to keep your hands clean and prevent from getting sick, but it's being used for much more.
I think it's pretty ridiculous, pretty dumb. Why don't you just drink alcohol, instead of beer? Instead of hand sanitizer, it's pretty idiotic.
Drinking hand sanitizer, just when you think you've heard it all, another disturbing drinking trend that's on the rise. Thefts across the country have some stores tying down their Tide laundry detergent. Police in many areas have noted people stealing Tide off the shelves and then selling it on the street at half price. The makers of Tide, Procter & Gamble, said that they do not have any insight as to why this has happened, but it's unfortunate. The same question puzzles others.
I'm just crazy. I don't understand why Tide?
Some shoppers say Tide is one of the most expensive brands, and it usually runs between $10 and $20, which definitely makes it a hot commodity if sold at half price. But here in the city of Memphis, it isn't just Tide being stolen. Other detergents like Gain and Sun have been stolen as well. The Memphis Police Department reports 167 thefts of detergent in 2011. Retailers such as Walgreens are not exactly sure how Tide became one of the most popular items on the black market. The National Retail Federation says items such as baby food, razors, and over-the-counter medications are popular as well. We asked some Memphians what they would do if sold Tide at half price. Here's what they had to say.
No, it's quite obvious that something is wrong. Quite obvious.
The sales must add up. A shopper who would like to remain unnamed feels no different, saying she would never buy detergent someone was trying to peddle in the black market for a cheaper price.
Yeah, same song, second verse.
Ralph Small reporting, WREG News Channel 3. You don't want to see where you live, a problem property attracting everything from snakes to rats. Neighbors in one part of South Memphis say they started fighting the pests years ago, all while the property owner has been living inside the house. A night of fun with drinks and friends can become fatal when it draws to a close and a driver has to be chosen. Most have the unstated rule of thumb that friend that doesn't drink will drive. But what happens when that person is intoxicated as well?
Well, that you can be held accountable under the law for any crimes that they commit. And that's not just a a drunk driving law. In the state of Tennessee, that's called criminal responsibility for the conduct of another.
A Nashville woman and her boyfriend are both charged with vehicular homicide, even though she was merely sitting in the passenger seat. Nashville police say that 21-year-old Erin Brown of Hermitage gave her keys to her boyfriend, 23-year-old Trevor Bradshaw. Police believe that both were intoxicated. They were involved in an accident where 2 people were hit. One died 2 days later, the other on February 7th after spending almost 2 months in the hospital. Both Brown and Bradshaw are charged with 1 count of vehicular homicide, with another expected soon. Bradshaw was also charged with leaving the scene of an accident. This state law has been on the books for quite some time, but not a lot of Tennesseans, including the ones here on Beale Street, know about it.
Well, first of all, I didn't know that that was a law. However, I really think that I can kind of understand, but also making other citizens aware of that law because a lot of people don't know it.
Ralph Small, WREG News Channel 3.